Is Veterans Day, so it's Monday the 11th. Just wanted to pop on here and do a quick breakdown for you guys on gold and Euro USD. Shout out to all the service members out there. I myself was a Marine, so it's definitely Veterans Day for me as well. Yesterday was actually our 249th Marine Corps birthday yesterday as well. So shout out to my Marine brothers and sisters out there as well. And again, to all the service members out there as well who served and are still here today with us to enjoy this life. Of course, we never forget those that have fallen, our fallen brothers and sisters. But also today goes out to the veterans. So shout out to y'all. All right, so let's do a quick check of the news this week as well. So let's take a look at that really quick. Just make sure my audio and all that's good, like always. Okay, sounds good. All right, guys. All right, so let's take a look at news real quick. Let me change this really quick. There you go. So I want to change this. Yeah, that's cool. Let me make sure you guys can see this kind of clear. So. All right, so let's take a look at news real quick. So for this week, of course, it's a bank holiday today for Veterans Day. Tuesday, not too much news going on. News. We have FOMC, but no red folders. Wednesday we got CPI, so definitely watch out for CPI. Thursday we have PPI, so unemployment claims. So we're definitely going to have some movement pre-market, I'm pretty sure. And then Friday we have core retail sales. So definitely have some news, some red folders to watch out for. So towards the end of the week, so we'll definitely watch out for that. So before we get into it, I just gotta say, like, if you guys have looked at Bitcoin, like Bitcoin has been nuts. Like, it's crazy. So it's at 84,000. So I think it hit 85,000 already. So look at that, it's crazy. This is on a 5-minute. So look at the daily. Look at that huge bullish candle. That's wild. So I think I checked this morning on Coinbase. I don't know if you guys have checked Coinbase, but
holy shit, I did not realize.
So Coinbase, I checked. Let me see. Hold on. So Coinbase in the last day, Bitcoin. Let's see. So in the last day, Bitcoin went up almost $5,000. So crazy. So I don't know if you guys can see this, but let's see. So almost 5 grand. So crazy. So it went up 5 grand in a day, 16, almost 17,000 in a week, and 21,000 in a month. So that's crazy. So in the last hour, it's gone up $60. So if you guys aren't already investing in Bitcoin, you're severely missing the boat. So definitely take some of your profits, whatever it is, whether you get a paycheck, put a portion of that into Bitcoin. I'm telling you, you'll thank me later. Because it's a guarantee you're gonna hit 100K easy, plus that. All right, so let's go ahead and look at some gold. So I'm gonna be looking at the chart here on gold Forex. So I know I usually do futures, but we're gonna look at it on the Forex side. So we're gonna break that down. So as we see here, of course, we're gonna clear all the drawings, keep everything, move, block drawings, yep. So we're gonna go on the weekly time frame. Well, my boy Julius is on my live. What up, Jay? Sorry, give me 1 second, guys. All right, guys, so let's take a look at gold. So again, we always look for trend, right? So the only thing that concerns me here is that, remember, I always tell you guys, I always look for, of course, the trend, but if it breaks a certain area, we could see a reversal. So of course, here, so for me, if it breaks here, then we're gonna have a break of structure. And yes, this could be a minor pullback for it to continue to go up, but that might not be the case. So we have to see if it's going to respect this area right here before it goes back up. But if it doesn't, it's going to start targeting these lows, and then these lows, and then of course these lows here. So as I look at this as of right now, of course, because there's so much bullish movement, that of course I'm still going to chalk this up as bullish. So weekly is still bullish. All right, so weekly is still bullish. So we're going to go down to the daily now. So of course, as we see here, so it broke here, and then it also broke here. So for this particular time frame, I don't have any choice but to call it bearish. So because it broke two previous support areas. So daily is going to be bearish for me. So granted, on the daily, this is where I actually mark up, we mark up our support and resistance and our key levels. All right. All right, so so I'm going to remove this real quick. So this is actually going to be a good support area where I had this line. So I am going to put that back. So, but I'm going to use a horizontal ray for that. So we're going to put it right here. And of course, we're going to mark up our major resistance area right here. And I only mark up a few areas where I think gold's going to go. So Of course, we got an area right here. And then we have another area right here. So I always put my support and resistance areas in areas where it's actually touched and tapped into before. Because remember, these create zones. So see if I pull this all the way over here. See, it barely tapped into this area, but it still would, it still would count because I can pull this down a little bit and it's still tapped into here multiple times, tapped again. Same thing here. It tapped into this area, pulled right back down, tapped into this area again, pulled back down, tapped into it again, pulled back down slightly, and then blew through it. So it was just a matter of time. So, but I usually, when I put my support and resistance areas, I usually put it at not the candle, but at the body of the candle, not the wick. So that's kind of like where I put that. So just looking at this right here, like these are going to be two zones that we're going to see if it's going to push towards. So with that, we can actually mark this up. So right here, this is going to be our major resistance at 2789. So I want to, so it'd be 2789. I'd say maybe 850. Because I like to have kind of key level zones. There you go, 2789, 850. And then right here, this is going to be our major support. Major support at 2606. So I'll do 250. All right, and then these right here are just going to be some other support areas. So of course, I just focus on major resistance, major support. And then of course, I can still put coordinates there. So 2492. Do 500. All right, so we got that there. And then this last support area, what do we got? 2361, 790. Do 800. $61.800. There you go. So that's kind of the quick breakdown on gold. So of course we'll go to the 4 hour here, see what it looks like. So as we see here, more than likely, we're going to see if it's going to support this area here, which I have a firm belief it's going to break through it. So again, that's going to leave our 4 hour bearish. All right, so we have the weekly bullish, daily bearish, 4 hours bearish. So typically, again, we could probably look for sells because we do see the daily and 4 hours bearish. But again, we always want to focus on the higher time frame. So again, the weekly is bullish right now. But again, the daily is bearish, so we could end up bearish for the day. So it's not to say that later in the week we can't become bullish again. So, but for right now, we could definitely look for some sell opportunities before we look for buys. So who knows, with CPI and PPI, that could push price back up, even though we're bearish right now. So we just got to look out for that, because I feel like just the way the market is moving, it's going to push down into this area here and maybe push back up, or even here, targeting these lows right here. So, because if we see how it's looking on the 4 hour, so even the 1 hour. So even the 1 hour, so we have a doji right here, which usually would kind of look as a change of direction, or kind of undecided, but still I think it's going to continue to push down. So that's that for gold. Let's take a look at Euro USD. So I already have some levels from last week already marked up. Looks like it's pretty much the same for the most part. So let's see. All right, so let's go on the weekly here real quick. Let's clear this out. Remove drawings. So looks like we have a lot of consolidation, to be honest. So if I were to look at the weekly right now, so just because, again, we have some consolidation here. So this is all consolidated. This is all consolidation right here. So if you guys are new to watching me on here, so consolidation is where you see an area where it's just going up, down, up, down. So like this is consolidation right here. So if you see it where it's just doing this, it's not really doing much. It's kind of just going up, down, up, down, up, down. So I consolidated a little bit, came down here. So it's just a lot of consolidation. There's no clean movements like this where you're doing lower highs, higher lows, stuff like that, or higher highs and higher lows. So it's literally just going up, down, up, down. So a lot of consolidation. So with that being said, get rid of this. So I know we got to wait for a breakout. So I would say it needs to break out of right here. Needs to break out of this area right here. So, because see, we're in this kind of zone right now. So we got to break out of this zone. So as of right now, weekly. Weekly is consolidated. So that's what I see for right now. So go down to the daily. The daily, of course, since it broke here. So if I were to just focus on here, it broke this area right here. So the daily will be bearish. So daily is going to be bearish. So again, the daily is where we do our top-down analysis. So since it's in this zone here, so like either way, I would have moved this. Let me get rid of this. So I would have moved this over here anyways. So I'll put this here. That's going to be our major resistance right there. All right. So where it currently is right now, so right now, because I'm doing it wick to wick right now, so just because of where it is, I want to make sure that's the support and resistance area that we have. So, but again, going forward, if we move over to the left a little bit, we'll see we have some other areas here. So we have an area here. Let's see if we have any other areas. Oops. Yep, so we have some other areas here. So we've seen it's tapped into this area before. So we have some other areas here. We can move over here. We have another area right here. And then let's say one more right here. There we go. So if we move this back to where we were, there we have a lot of support areas here. So again, our major resistance area is going to be right here at, let's see, 1.121. We'll do 50. One point 1.12150. All right, we got that. Then we got our support area. And that's going to be at 1.06306. So we can do at 300. $1.06300. All right. And then here, of course, we have some other support areas. So we'll mark that up. So 1.04677. We'll do 80 there. $1.04680. All right. Then we got another one right here. 1.032. We'll do 50. $1.03250. All right, then we'll mark up one more. So 1.00165. So actually, I like that. It's at 65. So we'll keep that there. 165. All right. So we see here we have some areas marked up. So again, we could mark up some areas here of resistance, but as of right now, it would have to break this area here, this previous resistance area, for me to mark up some buy areas. So some previous resistance areas that can turn support. So, but until then, I feel like EURUSD is going to continue to pull down into these zones here. So just to finish this off, we'll look at the 4-hour. We'll complete our top-down analysis here. So same thing here. We're seeing a push down, slight push up, push down, consolidation, push back down. So the 4 hour to me is going to be bearish. All right. So weekly is consolidated for Euro USD. Daily is bearish. 4 hours bearish. So again, on the lower time frames, more likely we're going to look for some sells because we should break out of this consolidation. So more than likely this week we could see some continued push down if we don't see some support at our support level here. So it has to respect this level of support and go back up if we don't break through some of these areas here. So that's pretty much a breakdown on gold and Euro USD, guys. So let's on both of these pairs. Looks like we're going to look for some sells to start the week. So definitely look out for that. I trade on the 5 and the 15 minute. So if you guys do trade on the lower time frames, like I'm a scalper, so of course I try to get in, get out. So if you guys do it on a higher time frame, of course you'll have a little bit more confluence there. But just look for some sells this week. That's what I'm looking at. But appreciate you guys. Again, happy Veterans Day to all the veterans out there. And have a great trading week. And we'll see you on Sunday. All right, guys. Peace.